Well, good evening, church family. I want to thank you for joining us for our February prayer emphasis for our missionaries. We call it News from the Field. Well, tonight we'll be hearing from two missionaries, Jim and Susie Horn in Kenya and Ed and Jean Cook in Brazil. As you'll see in the presentations, the ministries are very unique and come with their own needs and opportunities. And so, as always, we hope this will not only be an encouragement to you, but equip you to pray most effectively for our missionaries. So, let's join the presentations now.
One day in the year 2000, on a plot that we had purchased back in 1981, a little girl, about 8 years old, came onto the property. She had a water bucket on her head and her baby brother in a sling on her back. It was about 10:30 in the morning and she should have been in school. And God just spoke to me in a way that I can't even describe. It was almost audible in my heart. Give hope to this little girl and hundreds like her. Our main focus has always been church planting. For our entire career of 42 years, we've been involved in the training of men and women to do ministry. And Crossroads Bible Institute is our best tool to do this. Our motto is training servant leaders, and we've been blessed to see over 250 churches established through Crossroads Bible Institute. CBI is actually located on 2 campuses. Our resident students attend at Vipingo near Crossroads Academy, and the other half of our 40 students attend on the campus of Crossroads Fellowship Church. Susie and I had always dreamed about establishing a church in the area where we had lived in Mombasa for so long, where we raised our 3 children. So in 2002, we began this church to be a lighthouse in the city of Mombasa's more affluent people. The vision of our church is to become a church planting church. And so far, we've established 7 branch churches, and we give $40,000 to missions so that we can feed over 250 kids per week, support orphans in our area, and reach out to the lost and forgotten of the city of Mombasa. As stated earlier, part of Crossroads Bible Institute is on the campus of this church, but we're out of room for the church and the school. So this brand new big building on our church campus will be for church functions, our youth ministry, and for Crossroads Bible Institute. We'd always been involved in church planting, but this vision sent us in a number of new directions. First, we began a school in Tiwi. Over 11 long years, classrooms, offices, a chapel building, and a clinic were built. Sponsorship of $30 per month per child for 400 students is necessary to feed and educate these kids at Tiwi Academy. The outstanding Southside Baptist Church, our home church in Warner Robins, Georgia, partners with us to take on the lion's share of this ministry. Then in a place called Vipingo, where we had begun a church way back in the 1980s, we finally found and purchased 5 acres of land to build the church in 2002. So we began building the church building, but began to think, what shall we do with all the rest of this land? So we prayed, and God led us to build another school. Not long after starting to build the church, we came to know the wonderful Fox River Christian Church in Waukesha, Wisconsin. We partnered together with Fox River and Manna Worldwide to minister here where Crossroads Academy has been established. This school has become the standard bearer in the county where it is located. And through this partnership with Fox River and Manna Worldwide came another vision. This one through a member of a summer team. Life Spring Children's Home cares for the abandoned children of Mombasa area. Right now we have 19 beautiful children that were found in the most horrible of situations. One was found in a pit latrine, while another was whipped, tied to a tree, and left crying there. What a privilege we have to give hope to these wonderful children. Then another vision to give hope emerged. With so many young girls in crisis pregnancy, Operation Give Hope has opened Mercy's Light House of Hope for young girls in crisis pregnancy. Right now, we're ministering to 5 young girls and their babies. Each one of these ministries has a staff of wonderful, wonderful Kenyans who compassionately give hope every minute of every single day. Operation Give Hope was established through the help of some wonderful people as a conduit to bring funds to Kenya for ministering to the lost and forgotten. Life-Bring Children's Home, TV Academy, Hope Clinic, Crossroads Bible Institute, Crossroads Academy, Mercy's Light, House of Hope. Through these, we are privileged to bring hope to over 1,000 children every single day and to plant churches all over the country of Kenya. Please join us and be a blessing to all of these ministries. Go to operationgivehope.org and click on the red donate button in the middle of the page and be a blessing to change a destiny today.
Ed and Jean Cook serving in Brazil. Ed has been in mission since 1982 with his first wife Linda and 5 girls. She passed away in 2000. Jean has been in mission since 1967 with her first husband John Wood and 5 children. John passed away in 1996. After John went on to heaven, Jean continued as a widow missionary in Costa Rica with her youngest child, who then was 11 years old, for 5.5 years. Ed and Jean were married in 2001 and have worked together since 2002 in Brazil. First in Passos, Minas Gerais, where Ed established a church there for 15 years. We then moved to Rio Verde, Goiás for 8 years in establishing a church. In 2012, we were asked to join in with a Brazilian missionary in Pedregulho, São Paulo, where we worked for 3 years. There, we helped with the construction of Maranatha Baptist Church in Pedregulho and preached and taught Bible classes, discipleship classes, visitation, soul winning, and tract distribution as a daily ministry. Ed went into congestive heart failure in 2014 and had to go to the U.S. for open heart surgery, changing out the mitral and aorta valve again, and the aorta stem. He was advised by the doctors not to go back to the field, but that would break his heart, so he went back anyways, with a burden to continue to reach the lost. Upon his return to the ministry in Pedregulho, he was invited to work as a team with 2 other missionary families in the far interior of Brazil, in the lower Amazon region, in church planting, and with the intention to reach out to nearby indigenous folks within driving distance from Viena, Rondônia. Isaias Javino and his family were meeting on his porch. Jeremy Tyler and his family arrived that following August. Knowing of Ed's weakened heart condition, he participates preaching once a week, visitation and tract distribution as his heart permits. For 3 years, while meeting on the porch of Pastor Isaiah's home, we steadily outgrew the space and bought a property and started building as the funds were available. We moved into our new building, which was just a basic shell, in April of 2018. Little by little, we have painted the walls, put ceramic on the floor, and tile in the bathrooms. We still lack the ceiling, no sound system, and no Sunday school rooms. The smaller children meet on the back porch of the church on the rough concrete. Since then, the church has bought the lot behind them and just recently walled in. We hope in the future to be able to build Sunday school rooms and baptistry. We have a young church of couples in their 20s and 30s and are growing in number constantly with little ones. Ed and Jean are by far the oldest ones. Pray for us as we continue in the ministry in Viena, Rondônia, as long as the Lord permits and as our health holds steady. Pray for souls to be saved and the church to continue to grow. We thank you for your prayers and financial support.
Again, thank you for being with us. We hope this was a blessing to your heart. Join us next week as we continue to hear more news from the field. Until then, you have a blessed day.